Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejaspina Pritamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now, the previous upayas which we saw is either Ana Upaya or Shambha Upaya. So now we will see Shakta Upaya or Shambha Upaya. Now we will see Ana Upaya. The next two sutras, the two shlokas, two dharanas in fact, they are Ana Upayas. So we can practice. See, the previous Ana Upaya I said we cannot practice because it deals with Kundalini. And not all of us are practicing any Kundalini technique. So there is no point in discussing about that. There are too many intricate things which are difficult to understand. So we didn't practice that. But these two, they are easy to practice. Okay, so we can practice that. 13th. kararuddhadṛgastreṇa bhrūbhedād dvārarodhanāt dṛṣṭe bindau kramāllīne tanmadhye paramā sthitiḥ. kararuddhadṛgastreṇa bhrūbhedād dvārarodhanāt dṛṣṭe bindau kramāllīne tanmadhye paramā sthitiḥ. Now, using the hand as the weapon, what? Listen. Using the hand as the weapon, when you close the sense organs, when you block the sense organs, then focusing on the eyebrow center of eyebrow, focusing on the center of eyebrow, gradually the perception, the knowing, the knowledge that subsides under the Bhairava, which is absolute knowledge manifests. We'll see this slowly. Okay. Now the idea is the next two upayas are Hatha Upaya. Hatha Upaya means we can do things forcefully. Means not too forcefully to lose the focus on what we are doing. Okay, now we'll understand that. First, kararuddhadṛgastreṇa, astra, it is a weapon, he said. What? Hand as weapon? We are not going to practice any jujutsu or anything. We are going to just practice a dharana. Then why hand is a weapon? Beautiful weapon, because when you show a weapon like a knife or a gun, you can control the other person. Show a weapon, then he stops. Hey, give me your money, then he will not get lost. Now, show a knife or a gun, then he'll listen to you, right? So similarly, using your hand as a weapon, then this fellow, the sense organs will listen to you. That is what is said here. Okay, kararuddha, by blocking using the hand, astreṇa, as a weapon, using it as a weapon, kara ruddhadṛg, kara astreṇa ruddhadṛg, like that we have to understand. So by blocking the sense organs, the sense organs, using the hand as a weapon, bhrūbhedād dvāra, by piercing, bhrūbheda means by piercing the center of eyebrow, piercing and going up, or by focusing on, by piercing on means by rubbing on it. Here bhrūbheda means by rubbing. Bheda here does not mean to cross over. Here it can mean rubbing. By slightly rubbing on the center of the eyebrow, then rodhanāt, when you focus your mind in that point, then bindau dṛṣṭe, you see a small dot, a light, a small light. When you touch, you see a small light. When you do that, when you touch your center of the eyebrow and then see that light, After that, you have to use your hand as weapon to close your sense organs. I'll teach you how. So then what happens? Bindau dṛṣṭe kramāllīne. Kramāllīne. It's a very important keyword. Kramat means sequentially, in order, gradually, means slowly. Slowly, the lina here, the laya, the subsiding, the merging does not take place immediately. And the Bhairava state, the great effulgence, does not manifest immediately. If something like that happens to you suddenly, then stop the practice. Listen to me carefully. Stop the practice. Go to a close by psychiatrist. Because this is not a problem here. That's a different problem. See, the problem is you cannot gain these things quick. Okay? So, using your hand as the instrument. What? Are you going to beat your sense organs? No. What you are going to do is use your hand as the weapon means that it's a mudra actually. We are not getting into that. See, use your thumb, close your ears. Okay, it's a simple way. So I am teaching you. Use your thumb, close your ears. Okay, now use your pointing finger and close your eyes. Then middle finger, close your nostrils. Then with the rest of the two fingers, the ring finger and the little finger, close your lips. Okay, close it. Now here the only thing where you need to put pressure is your ears and the nose. The rest, when you close, it is closed. Just place your fingers there, that's all. You are not focusing. See, why should I place the fingers also there? There is no point in placing. Because when I close the eyes, I close the eyes. The problem is you see the light there in the eyes. You don't want to see the light in the eyes. You want to focus on the brew center. That is the important point. Okay. Therefore, you have to place your fingers in those respective places. Now, I said this. Okay, if you want, you can forget about the thumb. You can use your pointing finger for ears and this, and the middle finger for your eyes, and the ring finger for your nose, and for your lips, the little finger. That also is possible. Or if you have a better way, like Dravida pranayama, they say, instead of doing the pranayama like this, holding your nostrils roundabout is also possible if you can do it. If you have a different way of closing your sense organs, I have no problems. So the thing is, this is simple, easy way. Thumb, pointing finger, middle finger, and the two fingers. Okay. So when you focus, before that, what you have to do is touch. See, yes, last class I said we used to play joke on us. We used to follow that tradition, that is. So we just put a coin there, place it, leave it for some time, pressing it for some time, and then gradually remove the coin slowly, and then tell the fellow, you can open your eyes, but don't let the coin fall. And he'll be like going everywhere like that. What are you doing? I'm practicing not to make. I'm practicing not to make the coin fall. It's long gone. We were made fools, and we used to make fools of others also. The point is, you can do that. Not rub using the side of the coin. That is not the point. Just touch it. You can feel this spot of drop of light, or a spot of light, small bindu of light. You can feel that in your center of the eyebrow. When you close your eyes, you don't have to do anything. Touch it. Take your finger. Touch it. Take your finger. Now don't touch it. Just go closer. You can feel the static. You can feel the static close to your eyebrow. Even before you touch, you can feel your finger close to your eyebrow. Now then touch. So then you can feel that touch. Okay, this is what is the hatha here. Forceful, not by pressing it or tearing it open. No, we don't want to do anything of that. It's just touch. Okay, now after touch, not before the touch, after touch, breathe in. While touching, breathe in properly as much as oxygen, then close all this and focus on that touch. Focus on that touch for as much time as possible. The important point is you should not let the body shiver or tremble. That is the only important point. Until you are comfortable in holding your prana, you have to. Then leave it. And don't immediately start again touching your forehead and breathing. No. Just take a deep breath slowly, two, 3 times. And then again, you can start second round. Okay. So why am I telling you this? See, if you are going to do touch, then touch, and then if you are going to do this, what happens is your body will lack oxygen. Your brain will lack oxygen. Already it doesn't get enough oxygen. We can see that in your practice. The thing is, if it lacks oxygen, you will start hallucinating. Much more worse. Okay, so you will start hallucinating that you are seeing the light, you are having some experiences. All the stupidity will start. We don't want any of that. Okay, so touch, inhale, close your sense organs, just relax, then release the prana, then wait for 2-3 seconds, inhale, exhale, and then again do the same thing. Okay, now let us practice this. I'm touching the forehead, inhale, close, whenever you are ready, you can exhale slowly. Inhale, exhale. The thing is, I can hold on for quite some time, but what is the point? You have to practice it. Okay, so do this and again start it. The important point is you have to close your ears with your thumb under your nostrils with your middle finger. That is important. Why? Because when you close all the other sense organs, your nostrils, which is see, we are closing all the knowledge sense organs. Nostril is both knowledge sense organ and the karma sense organ. It also is used for breathing, like tongue. So taste as well as eating. So thing is, here you have 2 jobs for nose. You have the action of inhaling and exhaling, and also the sense organ of smell. So when you close all the sense organs and leave this without closing, what happens is, without closing your nostrils, what happens is you start feeling, what is the smell? You'll start experiencing the smells and all that, which is not our focus. Because you can see, if a person is blind, his other sense organ becomes strong, his ears or his nose or his touch also. You cannot cheat. See, in India we have different sizes of notes. In Europe or in America, they have one size note for everything. In India now they have started that also. But you can touch clipper there also. You can see they can touch the note. You may think that this is 10 euro and you may give him 20 euro. But a person who is blind sits carefully and says, you have paid me 20. They can be cheated. They don't want to get cheated also. They know what it is by the sense of touch. Their touch is very, very powerful, very strong. Their sense of hearing, for some sense of smell, they are very strong. One sense organ gets blocked, the other sense organ gets all that energy, right? So that is what you have to do. Focus. Otherwise, there is lack of oxygen. You will start experiencing hyperventilation and all the stupidity. Then you will think, oh, I experienced something very great during meditation today. That is not experience. That is lack of oxygen. Okay. Now, next is, see, these two are hatha, but still it is not very forceful. Hatha yoga, people tie their hands and legs and commit suicide. We are not going to do that. Just stretch as much as possible. That is what is hatha yoga is, right? Now, धामान्तक्षोभसम्भूत सूक्ष्माग्नित्यलकाकृतिं बिन्दुं शिखान्ते हृदये layānte dhyāyato layaḥ. Next, 14th dharana, beautiful dharana. He says, dhāma antakshobha sambhuta sukshma agni tilakakritim binduṃ śikhānte hṛdaye layānte dhyāyatah layaḥ. Beautiful. So, if you are meditating on the drop of fire, which is in the form of tilaka, bindu, a dot. When you press your eyes, when you rub your eyes gently, okay? When you rub your eyes gently, that you will feel a small light in front of your eyes. So that light, that drop of light, you either focus it on the dvārarodhanāt of stretch above your head or a stretch below your nose, okay, above your nose or below your nose. So that point is what we are going to focus. That light, we are going to take it to that point, either to heart or dvārarodhanāt, and focus. So when you do that, what happens? The layānte, when the thoughts subside, then you get merged. You gain the samadhi. You gain merged in identity. Gain the identity with the absolute, the Shiva. Okay. Now, Dhāraṇā. There are two meditations here, dharanas here. One is internal, the other is external. Okay. So, first is Dhāraṇā. I'll explain the first meaning first, internal first, then we'll go to external. Dhāraṇā. Dhāraṇā means the light in the eyes. How do you get the light in the eyes? I don't see the light in the eyes. Without the light in the eyes, you can't see. That is another point. But the light in the eyes we are talking about is a antakshobhane. When you rub it gently, not rub it so much so that you get sty or something. Okay. So when you rub it gently, just touch it gently. So what happens is a sambhutam sukshma tilakakritim. Tilakakritim binduṃ. A small dot. Bindu is a dot. Tilaka is a straight line kind of. A dot and a straight line. That is bindu. That is tilaka. Okay. But basically tilaka is a big dot and a small dot. Connecting a big dot and a small dot in the sides is what is called as a tilaka. Okay. We are not going to focus on those things. We are going to only focus on the dot of the tilaka. Okay. One dot. Whether the lower dot or the higher dot does not really matter. As one dot, we are going to focus it. Okay. Now, binduṃ. Where are you going to take this bindu, this dot? Śikhānte hṛdaye va dhyātayo. Either on the śikhānte, on the dvārarodhanāt, or in the heart. Not in both places simultaneously. It is impossible. I have already said you cannot focus on two places at the same time. You take this dot, fix it in the dvārarodhanāt, or take this dot, fix it in the heart. See, when you focus on the prana, you need to focus 12 fingers from your heart, or 12 fingers from your nose, or 12 fingers above your head, above the nose. Okay, that is only for prana. But for this light, you don't have to practice it in front of you. You just have to practice either in your heart or straight directly up your head. 4 fingers above your head. Only these 2 points. Close your eyes. Just focus. Rub your eyes. That light, take it to the top or to the heart. What happens? Layānte. When the thoughts subside, naturally, when you are going to focus your mind in something, the mind subsides, the thoughts subsides. When the thought subsides, at the end of that, layaḥ, your individuality, your jivaness merges in the absolute, gains identity with the absolute. The Paramashiva, the Bhairava manifests. Okay, this is the practice, internal practice. Wait, where is internal practice? Why? Because you said in the heart, that is internal practice. If I am going to focus the dot in the above the head, then that is external practice, right? True, but you are talking with relation, the starting point is with relation to the internal. Only the starting point I'm talking. Starting point either internal or starting point either external. What is starting point? The light inside the eyes. Okay, now this internal we can practice now. Light internal the eyes. Just rub it lightly, gently. You see a small dot. Just take it to the heart or above your head. Either or. Focus on that dot. You don't have to rub your eyes again and again. See the differences. Okay. The differences. If you are going to rub your eyebrows, then you have to do it again and again, because you have to open your sense organs and then close your sense organs again. Open your sense organ, close your sense organ using the weapon of hand. Now here you need not do that. You rub the eyes gently. You see the dot. Take that dot and focus it on the heart. You have a point of focus in the heart or in Dvārarodhanāt. Just keep it there as long as possible. Okay, that is the internal sadhana. Now the same thing can be done externally. Dhāraṇā. Dhāraṇā means the light of the lamp. The light of the lamp. Now, antakshobhane, when you disturb it, meaning when finally it gets disturbed, when it is getting off, then the light is going to extinguish, going to burn off. At that point of time, sambhuta sukshma tilakam, there is a small dot of light. When it is going off, there is a small dot of light. Suddenly there is a brightness and then goes over. That sudden brightness, that dot of light, focus on that. When you focus on that, then close your eyes, take that dot of light to your head, above your head or your heart. Now wait. How long should I meditate on that? Then that becomes another meditation, focusing on the lamp. That becomes another meditation. We are not doing that. We are talking about dharana on the final point of the fire. But how do I get to final point? Simple. Just take a small piece of camphor, light it. Or better, take a match, burn it, and then hold it above your, hold it straight. Not in the sides. Hold it straight. It is going to burn for a second or two, then it's going to extinguish. Focus on that, then close your eyes. Take that light either to your above the head or to your heart, wherever it is up to you, wherever you want, you are comfortable focusing, you just take that light, drop of light to that point. Okay, so this is the external practice. The starting point is external, therefore we call it external practice. The starting point is internal, therefore we call it internal practice. Okay, you rub your eyes, that light you take it above or below. Then strike a mastic, that light when it is extinguishing, that bindu you take it above your head or to your heart, whichever. Okay, so when you do that, at the end of when you are focusing, the mind dissolves. Layānte, when the mind dissolves, the individuality, the bhokta, the experiencer dissolves. You become the experience, the Bhairava himself. Okay, that is the sadhana here. We will see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.